You're tuned in to Nerd Overload, your weekly show for video games, movies, TV shows, comics, tech news, and more. Sponsored in part by Warp Zone Video Games and Beyond. Now your hosts, Cody Pennick, Samantha Cross, Sam Dunham, and Josh Harrison. Hey everybody, welcome to Nerd Overload, the pop and geek culture show that's never going to give you up, never going to let you down, never going to turn around and desert you. I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
I'm Samantha.
And I'm Cody.
And I'm Rick Astley. No. No, we have a great show for you this week. Thank you all for tuning in. Bunch of news to go over. We just had a Nintendo Direct here, so a lot of game news. But first, let's get into some things we've been checking out.
Good Lord, why do you put that song in my head now?
Because I can. You're welcome.
I know what we can use at the break.
There's no reason to love. You know the rules. And so do I.
That's just us. We'll just sing it.
Yeah, we'll just sing it for the break. Perfect. All right. Who wants to go?
Samantha and I watched Turbo Kid last night.
Oh, yeah. Is it good?
It was okay.
What is that?
It's like a Canadian indie post-apocalypse goofy 80s BMX movie.
It's like a weird spoof, like throwback movie kind of thing, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Yeah.
It's post-apocalypse and everything's a wasteland and everybody rides around on BMX bikes.
So it's Mad Max without engines?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the main character's like Mega Man, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Kind of.
He's this kid that...
Who's Turbo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The snail?
He lives by himself in the wasteland. And he collects...
Like you do.
Scavenges stuff and sells it for water and food and...
I think we had a movie like that. It was called The Force Awakens.
But he finds a super suit that is just like a character in a comic book that he reads called Turbo Rider, and he gets all the powers of Turbo Rider, which basically just shoots a beam out of his fists.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Fist beams. Always
Yeah.
good times.
It's really violent. It's
Yes.
like
Super
ridiculously gory. Yeah.
So like,
Really?
if you're sensitive to that, not up your alley.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Ugh.
It's really over the top.
I like the blood spray though.
Blood spray is always entertaining, I think. in movies.
like a fountain. Like,
Yeah.
like high power, like not just
That's why I like Tarantino movies.
Yeah. Well, it's not... Tarantino has like this particularly goopy blood spray that he does. Especially in his more recent movies.
Mm-hmm.
it's just like they like I don't know. It's like really forceful. It's hard to
Yeah.
describe.
like somebody like plugging their thumb over the end of a garden hose.
Yeah.
Well, there's this kind of a cool shot where a guy gets his hand cut off and he's like holding it up and it's spraying, but you can like see through the blood because it's kind of like a sheet.
Okay.
This is kind of a cool shot.
There was a great gag where the two guys were peeing, and the bad guys show up behind him, and the one bad guy wears this cool metal mask, and he has like a thing that shoots circular saw blades.
Is that Michael Ironside? Is that the older guy?
No.
Okay.
Well, he's probably one of the guys that was peeing, but
Okay.
he shoots the guy standing next to him, and it embeds in him, and there's blood spraying, and then he falls backwards, and there's a pea spray that comes up with the blood
jeez.
spray.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty funny.
That's awesome.
Sounds
great.
like the dumbest thing ever. I must watch it.
Well, and the kid meets this girl who's very much like a...
No spoilers though.
I don't want to spoil it, but she's very much a Manic Pixie Dream Girl parody. Like
to the extreme.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's really funny, and like the actress that plays her pretty much nails it.
Okay, cool.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, we've started watching the Great British Bake Off.
Yeah,
Nice.
No, it's just the Great British Baking Show, I think is what it's called. I don't know. It's on Netflix.
Okay. I've heard good things about that show too.
I've seen a couple episodes of it.
It's pretty entertaining, weirdly.
They're all like amateur bakers, right?
No.
No, they're good. They're
Okay.
really good bakers.
They said that like they don't get in the tent unless they're really, really good.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Is that
but-
the one with Mary Berry?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you
I
don't-
see that
you
pop up
don't
a lot
cross her.
online.
You don't cross Mary Berry.
Someone brought in like store-bought fondant and she shot them a look like
How dare you bring this disgusting store-bought garbage into my tent? You know, she doesn't say that because she's
No,
a very
she's-
nice British old
Right.
lady, but
Yes.
the look on her face said that.
making Swiss rolls the first episode, and the guy thought it would be a good idea to like score the sponge cake to help roll it, but it, like she's like giving him a look like that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. And,
And
like,
it
the
didn't.
host like had to pull her away before she yelled at him.
I couldn't tell you why the show's entertaining, but
It's
it is.
like a reality show, but not like stupid American ones. They don't play.
There's no drama.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about the people's talent and not about the people, I guess.
Yeah.
Like even when it announced the person's going home and who won, they're just like, "Oh, I have the task of saying who won. It's the." I'm sorry, but this person's going home. They don't like do like commercial breaks and
Oh, that's cool.
draw it out.
That's good.
And when the people leave, they're always like, you know, I had a good time. Yeah, everything's okay. I see why I'm going home. It makes sense. Wish I could have stayed longer, but no, I understand.
Huh.
Not like Hell's Kitchen, where they're like, "Well, I have superior talent. I don't get why I got eliminated." Grrr.
And nobody's spitting on anybody or whatever.
Yeah.
Why didn't you see my talent, Simon?
You crushed my dreams.
Oh God, I just remember the stupid Flavor of Love.
Oh.
And,
Well-
and New York spitting in that girl's mouth.
Oh.
That girl spitting in New York's mouth.
Yep. I remember that.
Yep.
God, why? Why was celebrity dating shows like a thing?
I don't know, but they were hilarious.
Yeah.
I kind of miss them.
Have you guys seen that new one where it's Ozzy and Jack like on road trips?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's like on History Channel or something.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Sure.
it's Ozzy and Jack on legit road trips.
That's actually
And
sounds kind of rad.
And they're picking.
Yeah.
I kept seeing the ad because I was watching American Pickers.
I haven't watched that show in such a long time. I used to love American Pickers.
Well, at one point, it all becomes the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, motorcycle parts.
Also, I think I just like Danielle on American Pickers.
Well, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
duh.
Yeah.
I love the episodes where they take her instead of that weird guy.
The little guy?
Yeah.
The bald guy?
That
Frank?
guy. Yeah, Frank. That guy's weird.
That guy's a weirdo. Yeah. I agree.
He's the same as the Italian gangster character in Bayonetta.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's that guy.
For a second, I thought you were going to say Cake Boss.
No, that's
Because
completely
that's
different.
another little weird guy.
Don't you know who I am? I'm the cake boss.
I still love that story about Amanda going to his bakery and seeing him and just yelling, "Hey, cakes!" at him.
Hey, cakes!
Oh, that's awesome.
Apparently, it's kind of weird.
It's probably not the weirdest thing somebody shouted at him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, that was a fun tangent.
That was.
I've been playing Metroid Prime Federation Force. I actually started playing it last week and forgot to talk about it.
Yeah, is it good?
It's good. It's the best first-person shooter on the 3DS,
Oh, that's good.
which is not saying much because there isn't really any
There-
other ones.
right.
I was gonna say, are there any other ones?
I mean, it's really solid. The mission variety is really cool. There's a lot of different tasks you'll be doing on all the different missions. The only real flaw is that it hurts your hands to
it does-
play after a
really?
while.
Yeah.
Kid Icarus syndrome.
Yeah, just because of the way the 3DS is shaped and the I've been playing with the new 3DS, so I can use the nub to
yeah.
look around. It might be that.
Yeah.
If you use the gyro controls, it might not hurt. I don't know. I haven't tried.
But then again, you have to stand and spin in a circle if you want to use the gyro controls, and that's the
yeah, nobody wants to use the
No.
gyro controls.
That's the thing with the new 3DS. I understand why they made it the way they did. I wish they would have made it another stick.
Yeah. Which, if you have the Circle Pad Pro, you could use that.
Yeah.
But nobody has that.
No, yeah.
But it's a good game. A lot of the missions you're going to want somebody else to... You're going to either want to use multiplayer or have somebody else to do because they're kind of tough to pull off on your
Yeah.
own.
But I heard it is doable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's absolutely doable. And I think it's worth getting.
Okay.
Does it feel kind of like a Metroid game?
No.
No.
It doesn't at all.
I bought it too, but I haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Yeah, you have
You
an
can do, like,
unopened
the-
box.
You can do like the team missions.
Yeah. Like there's one where you have to push this mine cart through a level, and it occasionally this huge electric storm will come down, so you have to make sure the mine cart is in little shelter so it doesn't get blown up. And pushing that minecart and shooting guys and making sure you're quick enough to get it into the shelter is a little daunting when you're by yourself.
Ah, okay, yeah.
But luckily
Makes sense.
you can change your loadout, and I found out there's a shield that you can drop, and you can drop it on the minecart, which makes it a little easier for a single player. So if you're smart, you can work around the loss of other players, I guess.
Okay, that's cool. So it's not a Legends of Zelda, the triple tri-hero whatever.
Oh, no, it's better than that game.
Okay, it's not one of those situations where you almost have to have...
Yeah.
Man, that game's hard.
It's just generally more fun than that game.
Okay, well, that's good.
Triforce Heroes.
Triforce Heroes, that's it.
I mean, there's a little bit of Metroid-esque exploration in there, too, because there's mods hidden around the different levels that you can use to change the stats of your mech that you're driving.
Okay.
And you use the different items you pick in your loadout. Sometimes you have to use those to open up these secret paths that have the mods in them. So I mean, it's a little Metroidy, but I mean, if they didn't put Metroid in the title, you would have never known it was a
connected.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they talk about Samus almost constantly in the plot.
Well, that's good. At least, I mean, if you're not going to get to play as Samus, they might as well like tease you with it constantly.
Yeah. They're always like, she's out there doing recon on the space pirates, and she did this with the space pirates the whole time.
I wonder what Samus is doing right now.
Yeah.
Get like a first-person view inside your mech. Someone's got a little photo of Samus.
Yeah.
like a baseball card.
Whenever Samus isn't on screen, everyone has to ask, "Where's Samus?"
If you have the Samus amiibo, you can use that and
pretty
you
much get it close. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the Samus paint job on your mech.
Yeah.
Which there's some reason why all the space pirates are mech size, but I haven't gotten far enough for them to explain it. That's the other thing, is the mechs don't feel like they're big. It just feels like the world is big.
Okay. Interesting.
Which is kind of a waste.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's some missions where you get out of the mech and you have to sneak around as a little tiny dude, but it still doesn't feel like the mechs are big, which is a waste. Why have it be mechs if you're not gonna, take advantage of that?
Well, they want you to nerf this.
That's basically what it feels like. It's a diva-sized mech and not a giant mech like they want you to think it is.
Gotcha. Well, they can only do so much with a 3DS. There's only so much screen space and everything.
Also, I think the art style works really well in its favor. I think it looks good and it makes it work well on the 3DS.
That's good.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, because I remember how mad you were when it was originally announced.
Do you think they could take this engine and apply it to a Samus led game?
Yeah, they should. I think that'd be cool.
Okay.
I wonder if Nintendo keeps making these multiplayer-focused 3DS games because of piracy.
That could be.
Because then if it's an online game, you gotta buy the cart.
Yeah.
Or it's not gonna work. And I wonder if it's piracy that's making them focus on games like this.
That could be, or it might be, I don't know, maybe they're, with the NX coming and talk of it maybe being both a handheld and a dedicated console, maybe they're trying to beef their sales of the 3DS as high as they can by making games that you have to have multiple people own the same game to play.
Well,
since the 3DS might be nearing the end of its life cycle, maybe, or at least getting it's closer to it than it has been before. I guess.
I'm surprised they announced so many 2017 games in the Nintendo Direct they did.
Which we'll get to after the break.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nintendo's always been kind of play with your friends with their handheld. There's a lot of it.
Well, they're very local multiplayer focused. The online works pretty seamlessly. It just drops you in a lobby and you see the list of players doing different missions. You pick the one you want to do.
Didn't
you
get
go.
stuck with some Dumbos?
Oh yeah, I got stuck with some Dumbos on that minecart mission I mentioned earlier. They're constantly pushing the cart forward. It's like, no, it's gonna storm and you're gonna make us lose. And there's no checkpoints. You got to do the whole mission in one sitting.
Okay.
How do you communicate with the other players?
A bunch of canned words that you can say.
Oh, okay.
Which,
so like Hearthstone.
Yeah, it really stinks. Like you need more nuance than what they give you.
Yeah, and it's weird that they don't have any kind of voice anything.
No, I get it.
Because I mean I get it, but I mean the 3DS does have a mic.
Yeah.
So the functionality could be there, but I understand why they don't, because it's You get a bunch of 14-year-old kids screaming at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as
I
well
wouldn't.
be playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't play it online if there was voice chat. I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's a big old pile of nope.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I'm playing Overwatch on PS4 and somebody starts talking, I'll usually just mute them. Like, even if they're not being annoying, like, I'm just like, I don't want to hear it.
Well, this week I just have a couple things real quick, and I'm not going to stick on it too long because it is it is a bummer. I rewatched Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles earlier this week. Gene Wilder passed away, and that was very sad. And I know a lot of people. I saw a lot of people online get mad. 2016, why you do this to me and all this. I know it doesn't make sense to get mad at a year.
Yeah.
I mean, but some people need something to kind of vent their frustrations against. And I don't know. I know Gene Wilder hasn't done anything for a long time. He's been, as it turns out, he was sick for quite a while.
I think it was
Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
It was complications from Alzheimer's, which he didn't want to make public because he didn't want little kids to think Willy Wonka was sick. And that's like verbatim what he said. But I don't know. And again, he hasn't done anything for a while, but I don't know. He always just seemed like the kind of guy that you always kind of assumed he's just going to be around forever, you know?
He was 83. I mean, it's not like
Yeah,
he was cut down too young.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
It still sucks.
it still
Yeah.
really sucks. And Gene Wilder was a big part of young Sam's life. One of the things my family and I all bonded over early on, and still to this day, is Young Frankenstein. We all love that movie.
It's a fantastic movie.
It's a fantastic movie. It's one of the first movies that I could quote beginning to end, and still can.
One of the all-time greats.
Oh, absolutely.
It is a really quotable movie.
Even
Yeah.
I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I would hope.
But I mean, my parents and my sister and I in our house, on our respective houses, we all have a Young Frankenstein poster in our house because it was a big deal. Growing up, we owned it on every format
You could.
we could, including the almost unknown Selectavision like pre-Laserdisc format. It was and then got a little older, watched Blazing Saddles became a big part of the comedy. I mean, unfortunately, I can't tell any of the jokes
No.
on air right now, but it was amazing. It's an amazing comedy, and his work with Richard Pryor was great. He did like 3 or 4 movies with them.
Hey, where the white women at?
But like movies like Stir Crazy and See No Evil, Hear No Evil, which is one that's forgotten a lot, and Silver Streak, and then of course Willy Wonka and everything. And I don't know. It's really sad to think about, and it just goes to show how influential an
actor can be.
an actor and writer
Yes.
can be. So yeah, I mean, it's again, I don't want to bring the show down any further than I already have. But yeah, he's going to be missed, and both of those movies are amazing. And if you haven't watched them, I implore you to go, and don't even rent, just go buy them. Trust me, just go buy them.
I would say that for a lot of the Mel Brooks movies, especially the earlier ones.
Absolutely the early ones. Yeah. So anyway, that's my check.
I haven't seen Men in Tights in a while.
Men in Tights is really good.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Yeah.
What brain did you bring me? Abby something?
Abby someone.
Abby
Someone. Abby who? Abby normal. So you're saying I put an abnormal brain and a 7.5 foot tall, 2.5 foot wide gorilla. Quick, give him the sedative. Yeah.
Sedative. God, that movie's so great. Oh man, I love that movie. And the fact that all the Frankenstein laboratory props were props from
the original
old
yeah.
Frankenstein
Oh yeah,
movie.
they went in and used the old set. Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's pronounced Frankenstein.
I think one of my favorite characters in the movie is the constable.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That scene where he cheats at
Darts.
darts. Nice grouping.
And like he's got like the wooden arm. He's like creak, creak, like knocking it down.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Footsteps. I was gonna make espresso.
Oh man. Oh God, I love that movie. I love it so much.
Welcome to the Young Frankenstein quotes cast.
I could do it. We could do it. I could sit here and recite that entire movie.
It's a great movie.
It is.
It's fantastic. It's one of my favorites, right up there with Men in Tights and Spaceballs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Where's that sequel?
The Search for More Money.
Yeah.
Well,
Mel Brooks has been knocking it around lately.
He has. He's been talking about it a lot lately. Yeah. Well,
and there's no better time than now.
Yeah, this is the time to do it. I mean, they could spoof Force Awakens
easily.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, it practically spoofed itself.
Shoot, they could do Spaceballs 2 and make it a one-for-one copy of the first Spaceballs and just make the joke that, hey, didn't we all do this before? Like, exactly.
When they're watching Spaceballs the movie on VHS.
This is now. When will then be now? Soon.
They're like looking at the screen and looking at the camera and looking at the screen and looking at the camera.
Yeah.
God, I love all those movies.
They're great.
Though I think I like the remake of the producers more than the original producers.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
They can't do parody movies now. They're all terrible. You end up with the
scary movies.
Yeah,
The
movies.
something movies.
And those are all hot garbage.
Yeah.
Haunted House.
Like, I can't think of a parody movie of recent.
It's a lost art. It's definitely a lost
that's
art.
any good.
Well, it's gone from smart parodies to, hey, look at this thing we're referencing.
Yeah, this is an exact scene from another movie, but it's in this movie.
It's the Family Guy approach where, yeah, we get it. You saw the same piece of media that we saw, and you're making a comment about it. We get it. Whereas, like, Airplane, yeah, it was a takeoff of, like...
all those airplane movies.
All those Airport 76 or whatever. But there weren't scenes lifted one for one from it.
Hot Shots. And Hot Shots Part 2.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like I said, lost art.
Mm-hmm.
The closest thing we have to like a pair is like is throwback movies like Turbo Kid or The Nice Guys.
Black Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Yeah, Black Dynamite was the last parody movie that I could think of that was any good.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Because that was a legit parody.
It was
blaxploitation movies.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
so good. I threw that before I even walked in the room.
Why didn't they steal that joke for Suicide Squad?
That would have been a really good joke for Suicide Squad.
Instead of just wholesale lifting the
Deadpool,
unicorn
Deadpool
thing. I
Yeah.
can't believe they did that.
Oh man, rough.
Not even one of the better jokes in Deadpool.
No, it was a throwaway joke in Deadpool.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Hashtag drive-by.
But that's Warner Brothers taking the wrong thing out of
Anything good?
By literally taking a thing out of
the
another
wrong thing. Yeah. Wow, that Deadpool movie did great. People must love unicorns.
Oh, jeez.
And grown men assaulting unicorns.
I'm sure in Deadpool that unicorn was consensual.
You don't know that.
Oh, my God.
All right. Well, Josh, we didn't leave you a whole lot of time. Do you have something real quick?
Honestly, I really didn't do much. I'm through the first season of Gravity Falls. I'm like an episode or two into the second season.
Cool.
Completely caught up on Steven Universe.
Cool.
A lot of Stevani. So much Stevani this season, which is great because she's probably one of my favorite characters in the whole thing.
Oh, what do you think about Greg being rich now? Because I don't much care for it.
I don't care for it either, but they haven't done a lot with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of throwaway mentioned here and there.
Yeah, yeah.
I like him better when he was kind of just a deadbeat dude hanging out.
Well, he's still kind of a deadbeat dude.
Yeah.
Like, the money didn't change him that much.
True.
I mean, he didn't buy a house. He likes living in the van by the car
there's
wash.
something about it. Maybe just because it's change. I don't know.
Maybe, but also it's kind of like that season of Roseanne when they won the lottery and it kind of went to garbage.
Yeah.
But, no, yeah.
And he's not just, he's rich.
Right.
Yeah. They destroyed a whole yacht.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I guess I bought a boat. Because he was just renting it.
Yeah. We literally just watched that episode the other day.
Well, do you think that might be something for the next season where they gave him a bunch of money in order for them to kind of get away with doing some larger stuff, and then by the end of this season, he'll have spent all the money on these crazy
frivolous things,
or covering for Steven.
Well, he did
stuff.
kind of make a reference to that in when they go on their little mini vacation to the big city, and they just spent a lot of money on frivolous things, and he didn't quite realize it, like the hotel and the tailor-made suits and all that stuff. Though that song that Pearl sings,
oh, that was really good.
Oh
yeah,
my god,
that was killer.
Isn't it over? That kind of ties into my actual check it out. I actually made something over the last 2 days.
Oh yeah, I saw pictures of this.
Yeah, because I LARP and I had bought a sewing machine and stuff. I'm like, I'm going to try to make things. So I went out and bought some stupid Doctor Who fabric that I found at Joann Fabrics. And
There's some great nerd
I
fabrics.
know, it's
that
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I went to like Hobby Lobby, they have virtually nothing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Joann, aside from their cosplay specific fabrics they have all these other licensed
They have,
fabrics.
like, oh, I love it.
There's
so
like
much.
6 or 7 different Star Wars ones. There's all kinds of stuff.
There's Nintendo ones. There's Mario
There's
and Donkey
Simpsons
Kong.
fabric.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I almost got that Mario fabric, like the big splash of all the characters.
Yeah.
I almost got that. It was amazing. But I saw this Doctor Who fabric, and I'm like, oh, this would be cool. And then I saw this brown Dalek fabric, and I was like, kind of sitting there holding them, like, which one do I want? And I'm like, kind of holding them together, and I'm like, I'm gonna get them both, and I'm gonna try something gutsy.
I can have it all.
Have it all. And I made the ugliest, nerdiest thing I could think of. I spliced the two together, and I made a brand new shield.
Awesome.
And I learned a lot of things.
Yeah.
And because I don't sew. This is
Okay.
the first time I've touched a sewing machine since home economic classes. And it's a kind of a fancy sewing machine. I mean, it's got a bobbin threader on it. It has an automatic needle threader. It's nuts. So yeah, it really took all the hard work out of it. I just got to put it in there and push the pedal down and hope I get a straight line. And that's all on me. But sewing circles suck.
Yeah.
I do not like it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, all those old ladies sitting around. He said sewing. He said sewing circle.
I get it.
Took me a minute there.
I get it. A
the
sewing
curse.
circle. Yeah, like a quilting circle. I'm picking up what you're putting down, sir. I approve that joke.
Yeah, that was
you
good.
jerk.
That was good.
But yeah, so I made a shield. I completely built the thing from the ground up with this ugly, stupid fabric combination of all of the doctor's faces and a pattern and all these stupid brown Daleks yelling "exterminate" and things like that. You know what? It's going to be great because no one else is going to have anything like it, and I feel kind of accomplished with it.
That's good. That's really
Yeah,
good.
that's what it's all about.
I mean, if you look at my stitch work, it's ugly as hell. But I mean,
Start somewhere.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not pretty. Oh, because the way I did it is I made a pull string with rope, and instead of making where the pull string goes and then feeding the string through it, I sewed it with the string in there, and that kind of made it hard too.
Oh.
But it's maybe saved me time. I'm not really 100%.
Look at Mr. Fancy Pants over here.
Yeah, I was fancy, and it's
You're like, I also made these pants.
Well, my next actual project that I bought stuff for is to make a shirt.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to make a Steven shirt
Nice.
Cool.
Very, very cool.
with an applique star on the chest.
Right on.
But yeah, but that'll probably be like a next week because I blew my entire day yesterday and got maybe 4 hours of sleep before work doing this. And I was like, I shouldn't do that again. But no, I actually made something, and I had no help whatsoever. I didn't look at any tutorials.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I have a basic knowledge of how sewing works. I was just like, well, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
'Cause I did read the instruction manual on my my sewing machine forward and backward, just so no, I didn't break something.
I would have
good.
just ended up like sewing myself to the fabric. or
Yeah, just
something.
right
were-
in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a couple times my fingers got a little close to the needle, and I was like it almost got it, and I was like, But yeah, it's weird because I know you did these chairs and you've painted this house and everything. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I've never really made anything before.
And now you're a crafty boy.
I am a crafty boy. I mean, I'm an apprentice crafty boy, but I'm a crafty boy nonetheless.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
It is. It's
Very good
interesting.
feeling. It is. All right, well, hey, let's go ahead and take a break here. When we get back, we'll get in some news.
Nerd Overload is sponsored in part by Warp Zone, video games and beyond. Warp Zone is the place for all your gaming needs, like modern, vintage, and import video games, as well as gaming collectibles. Warp Zone, video games and beyond, is located at 4496 Cemetery Road in Hilliard, 614-219-1997, and Warp Zone on Facebook.
The End of Summer Music Contest begins Monday on WZMO. Each Monday for 5 weeks, we'll post a picture to our website. The picture is a clue to the lyric of a song. You guess the song. Each Friday at 5 p.m, we'll select a winner from the correct entries. If we don't have a winner that week, we'll post a new picture to a song the following Monday. And at the end of the contest, we'll put the non-winning one back up with additional clues. Visit our website at wzmofm.com. Enter your guess by email at wzmofm@yahoo.com. The Summer Music Contest of Z1075.
We're back. That was Puttin' on the Ritz by Taco.
80s great. You know, they had a ton of hits.
Ton of hits. Taco. Awesome. Anyway, let's get into some news here. Like we said earlier in the show, we recorded this on Thursday, and like right before we sat down to record, Nintendo had a Nintendo Direct, and it was all 3DS news. So that's what the majority of our show is going to be today.
Hope you like Nintendo.
Yeah.
So let's just go like right down the list and start talking about some stuff that they did.
They started with Pokemon, so I guess we can get the Pokemon out of the way.
We can do that, yeah. Yep, they described a little more of the Aloha region, which is cool. They showed off the new Rattata.
Yeah, there's a new Aloha version of Rattata.
And he has a mustache, and it's awesome.
And he stands on his hind legs, too.
Yeah.
You know what? Aside from all the new Pokemon we're going to get, I just love all these regional different versions of existing Pokemon.
That's very cool.
It's a very smart way to tug at your nostalgia while also having kind
Something
of new
new.
cool monster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's great. It puts it's a little bit of science because, you know, you have all these animals that are similar in different regions, but they're all just a little different because of where they live.
Yeah, and they actually like legitimately explain
They make sense.
why
Yeah.
these Rattatas are different. It's because of the mongoose Pokemon Young Goose.
We're hunting them.
Yeah.
And then, so it's very cool.
It's very rad. I love it.
They've been really bringing their A game with this Pokemon game. This is going to be a good Pokemon
I hope
game.
so. I hope so. The other thing they discussed were the Z Crystal thing a little more.
Yeah, which
in
you
depth.
slot crystals in your little bracelet or something
Yeah.
that give you super moves you can use during battle.
Yeah, and some of them are character specific.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And I guess there's a pre-order bonus where you get one for Snorlax, which, you know,
Everybody loves Snorlax.
everybody loves Snorlax. That's pretty great.
He sits on
Technically,
people.
yeah, technically you get a Munchlax, but it evolves.
It evolves, yeah. But yeah, that's cool. It does make me wonder if the Z Crystal Z move thing is going to take the place of the Mega forms.
From the last two.
Yeah.
I hope not, but a lot of times they don't carry over features like that.
True, but the trainer specific features don't carry over, like the changing clothes or the bases or whatever. But like the Pokemon specific ones always
Usually,
do.
yeah, they usually do.
because abilities carried over from year to year or generation to generation.
And it changes the metagame and
Yeah, if they didn't put Mega Evolutions in, it would upset a lot of like the competitive people.
Yeah.
Which I mean, you can't tailor your game towards the competitive aspect of it, but
they do have a Pokemon World Championship.
They do make an awful lot of money
yeah.
off of competitive Pokemoning.
So they
That's a weird
have to
sentence.
they have to think about it when they make the game.
Yeah. So maybe they'll be in there, but they won't be as highlighted as who knows.
I don't know. I'm still super excited. I mean, every bit of news that comes out, it just gets me more and more pumped for it.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, this new Pokemon's going to be super great. I'm totally in.
Thank you, Yokai Watch, for making the Pokemon people really get on the ball.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
It's the first time they've ever had any sort of like
Competition.
legitimate competition. I mean, you could say Digimon, but
It wasn't.
No.
Yeah, the
So,
Digimon like gaming franchise
Is-
hasn't done anything in forever.
yeah.
Like they've put out little games here and there, but they're never that great.
Yeah, there's never been a really, really good
Like
Digimon
like
game.
the only thing that like the Digimons really competed with was the Digimon anime versus the Pokemon anime.
And both of those animes were different anyway. I
Yeah.
don't know much about either one of them, but
There's monsters and
There's-
kids and fighting.
but I know there's enough of a difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that they could both coexist pretty easily.
Yeah. Let's see. Animal Crossing.
Everybody
What?
loves that game.
Yeah.
And it's getting, I mean, we've talked about it getting an update before, but they kind of elaborated on what that means. Adding amiibo support.
Which is
and
cool.
Not just for the Animal Crossing ones. Other amiibos will get you stuff.
They didn't really
awesome.
specify.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
There's vans.
Yeah, there are people living in their vans now, I guess.
Yeah, some animals will show up in your town living in a van, I guess.
Yeah, and
Greg
they're
Universe, the animal guy.
and those vans are tied into new amiibo cards,
Yeah.
adding
they're
to the
doing-
pile of amiibo cards that you
I'm
have
sorry,
to get.
Sam.
It's
They're doing a set of 50 more cards.
yeah. Well, I'm glad it's only 50. I'm glad they're not doing all of the animals again in
Buy the
vans.
animals again, but with
Oh
a van.
man, that would be rough.
Now they should let you get a van in game, and like you could
And just
change
drive
the,
around?
You could change the art on the side.
That would be awesome.
Oh man, they'd have to have like sweet like 80s like rock wizard or something.
Yeah.
Well, they would have the customizable ones, like one of your customized slots from
Yeah.
the game. You just put a sweet wizard and a barbarian on the side. Awesome dragon. Yeah,
Some heavy metal art.
that'd be awesome. That'd be great. Well, hey, my copy of Animal Crossing, my town, Radtown, has Rad Raptor as their flag. It is a Velociraptor with sunglasses with the word "rad" written underneath it. So yeah.
You would.
Oh yeah, man, it's great.
Yeah, if you don't have Animal Crossing, maybe now's the time to pick it up.
New Leaf.
New Leaf. It's a Nintendo Selects now, so you
Yeah,
get it
it's
for
only
$20.
$20. And you can definitely easily get $20 worth of play out of it for sure.
Also, isn't there like an updated version coming out? It's like the Animal Crossing New Leaf Welcome Amiibo.
Welcome Amiibo. Yeah, they're coming out with
the physical copies are going to have
the update
built into the cart.
So if you don't have internet or whatever, which I
Yeah.
don't know why you'd want to really play Animal Crossing if you had no online features.
Yeah, I know.
but-
That's kind of the point. Let's see. Street Pass games.
which they're adding more of those. Those are the little games that you play that involve when you walk past another person with a 3DS and you exchange data. They're those games that use that feature. They're adding.
Or you rig your house to automatically get you street passes every 8 hours.
Who would
like
do that?
someone
Though?
like someone in sitting in this room may have.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who would do.
Who's this mysterious stranger? He sounds dashing.
Which tech savvy person here would have done such a thing? Anyway, yeah, this is cool. They're out now, so you can go, and
Yeah.
one of them's free, right?
Yeah, you get to pick. There's a slot car racing one and there's a stock market one. You can pick what one you want free.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go for the stock market one. 'cause
and one
it
actually looks
neat.
a little more fun than the slot car racing
Yeah.
one.
That is a weird choice.
Yeah, but
It's almost like they're playing like the mobile game.
it's kind of. Well, I think it's kind of based on who you street pass with, how many people they have, and that's what makes your stock rise and fall. It's just a numbers game.
Yeah.
It looks
The
fun.
slot car one is based on how many steps they've taken on their DS. It's how far your little car goes.
Right.
So people who take their DSs everywhere.
Yeah, they're
Or
gonna
I'll
give
just
you
take it
more
with
of a
me while I'm
boost.
jogging.
Yeah.
Yeah, get all my steps. Anyway, yeah, what's next?
Mario Maker.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that for the Wii U? It's coming to 3DS.
I'm excited for this.
It makes a lot of sense.
It
You
does.
got the same functionality, with
Except the
touchscreen.
special costumes.
Yeah,
Those aren't in it.
they're not putting the costumes in it, which
That's fine.
not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mostly just cosmetic.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll be more likely to play Mario Maker if I can just pick it up on the go like that.
Oh, same here. Absolutely. And it doesn't have a whole lot of the online functionality, but it does have
Local functionality.
local functionality
Yeah.
and Street Pass stuff, so that's
And
cool.
not all of the levels are going to be compatible that
Right.
are made with the Wii U, but
Like 90% of them.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
which I can see if there's a lot of stuff. There's like a buttload of crap on screen. The 3DS isn't going to be able
buttload of crap.
to process a buttload of crap.
Yeah.
Keeping it classy over
Yeah, that's professional. We're professionals here. Yeah, it looks great. It has a co-op level building mode or something like that.
where
That's
you
kinda
collaborate
neat.
through Street
collaborative.
Pass.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah, it's a really good idea.
Yeah, I don't have Mario Maker on the Wii. Honestly, I don't have a whole lot of time to sit and fire up the Wii. But 3DS, I'd pick it up for that.
That's a running theme with this Nintendo Direct is kind of porting Wii U games to the 3DS, which the Wii U is it's dead.
With the
It's-
NX coming within the year, the Wii U is pretty much done.
It's done. So they're getting what they can out of the games they made for it by
Might as
porting
well.
them.
At this point, the 3DS XL, the new one, the hardware is similar, or at least the processing power is similar. So.
Because the other game they announced, which did I even write? Yeah, I wrote it down. It's a port of Yoshi's Woolly World with some new stuff.
Yeah, and
tacked on.
that game came out a year ago.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty recent. But
I'm not gonna get it because I've already played through Woolly World on the Wii U.
I probably won't because I don't care about Yoshi.
That and a lot of that game was the graphics. Like
Yeah.
it had really cute, really well done yarn graphics that looked really neat on the Wii U, and they're not gonna look as good on the 3DS.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird choice, I thought.
Well, they wanted an excuse to put out that new dog amiibo,
Yeah, Poochie amiibo, which is adorable.
and I don't think they could justify making the Poochie amiibo with just an update to the
For a
Wii
year-old
version.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that new Mario Party.
Oh yeah.
We didn't write that
Star
down
Rush.
at all, but yeah, there's a new Mario Party for the 3DS called Star Rush. Looks like they've changed up the formula a lot and have taken turns out of it completely.
Well, that was one of the modes. There is still a game board mode.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
they didn't talk about it a whole lot because everyone knows that version of the game. But yeah, they have changed quite a bit of it, and it is going to be again amiibo support. It's going to have all the Super Mario line of amiibos.
Yeah, and they're adding more to that, which they've announced that before. They're
sure.
adding more
Yep.
Mario amiibos.
That Waluigi.
Yeah.
That Waluigi though. I'm excited.
I don't know, that Diddy Kong.
Yeah,
That's
that
a
Diddy
good Diddy
Kong
Kong.
is great.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The Super Mario amiibos are the only ones I have the whole set of, so I'm gonna have to get all these too. Which, continue on the subject of amiibos, they're doing a Zelda set,
That's cool.
which
It's-
has some great models in it. There's an 8-bit Link, there's a Ocarina one,
Mm-hmm.
And a 2-pack of Wind Waker.
yeah, Toon Link and Toon Zelda.
That's very cool. And don't forget, the Breath of the Wild's also going to have 3 more.
Oh, yeah.
Link amiibos.
So if you like Zelda amiibos, there's gonna be a whole.
It's the
bunch.
30th. It's the 30th anniversary of the series, so that's cool.
You know what else is having a 30th anniversary?
What?
Metroid, and we're not getting any crap at all for that. So thanks, Nintendo. Way to go.
Sucks to be you, bro.
You never know. They might have something by the end of the year, or the end of next year. Next year.
Hey,
Something like
maybe
that.
they'll have a year of Samus.
I would hope. That would be awesome.
That would be pretty great.
I want an 8-bit Samus amiibo.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what other functionality would it
I don't
have?
know.
Like none.
It's just a morph ball version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put it on your Wii U when you're playing Metroid on the Virtual Console. It restores your health.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, perfect. Let's see, there's a Picross game. I don't know anything about Picross.
3D Picross, which Samantha, you love it.
Oh yeah, I've talked about Picross before, but it's in 3D, so you have like all 3 dimensions.
Yeah. Now, not only do you have to deal with width and length, but also depth.
Okay.
I love it.
And what is it? It's kind of like Sudoku or something like that? A little bit? Maybe?
Yeah, kind of.
That's about the closest thing I can think of to it.
Because they give you a hint, like they'll tell you like it's so many rows you have to chip out, and they'll tell you if they're connected or not. There's a demo.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
thought it kind of looked. Now, granted, I don't know anything about the game, but seeing the numbers and the squares have just made me think of Minesweeper.
Yeah, it's Minesweeper-esque.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Except instead of figuring out where mines are, you're making a picture.
Right.
It's a fun thinking game.
Yeah, it's a good puzzle, good way to kill time. I got my breaks done not too long ago, and I played the Zelda Twilight Princess Picross the whole time.
Nice.
It was a great way to kill the time.
Nice. Got a couple more here. The Mario Sports Superstars. I can't read it.
Yep.
Yeah, Mario Sports Superstars.
That's what it is, yeah.
That one is probably the one I am the most excited about.
It looks a lot like the Wii had that Mario Sports mix, but it looks better done than that. It's a Mario Sports game that would have had golf, tennis,
soccer, baseball,
horse racing.
And horse racing, yeah.
All in one game. Hopefully higher quality than like the Olympic Mario and Sonic at the Olympics.
Yeah, at least in the soccer sense, it looks like they said it's like the full game. It's not like a bunch of mini games or anything. So
yeah, it's like full soccer teams.
It's kind of neat that like all these, if they would have split them up in like Mario Baseball, Mario Soccer, Mario, I don't think I would spend the money on it. But having them all bundled together into one package makes it really tempting.
Oh yeah, some of my favorite. Like I don't play sports games much, but I will play the crap out of Mario.
Yeah, you put those Marios in there, and you got me.
Mario Baseball is great.
Oh yeah,
Super Slugger was like
that was the legit. That was the business.
Legit. It was a definite callback to like the old NES baseball games that are more fun than some kind of weird simulation that you get now.
Oh yeah.
Strikers was okay.
Yeah, I mean it made up for it's like mediocre game with like ridiculous animations and stuff.
Super moves.
Yeah.
Well, Nintendo needed to do some kind of sports game after the kind of flop of the Mario at the Olympics game and Mario Tennis.
That Mario Tennis on Wii U was garbage.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. I'm glad I didn't pick it up because there was nothing to it, right?
No, there's one court.
Yeah, and this Mario Super Sports Superstar or whatever looks like it has pretty much all of that functionality as one of the 5 games in this.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's already been standalone tennis and golf games on the 3DS.
Yeah.
It's probably just more of that.
Yeah, and that's awesome.
Plus horse racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mario Golf the 3DS Mario Golf is one of my favorite 3DS games out of all of them. Like, I sunk a ton of time into that when it came out.
I have it, and I still haven't put enough time to figure out what I'm doing in it. So, the last thing that they kind of went over, there's a new model of the 3DS. It looks like stars.
Yeah, it's got
That's
like a
pretty cool.
galaxy
Purple
design.
galaxy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's pretty cool. I'm not going to drop the money on it because I already have a 3DS. But
I don't.
Well, then there you go.
You have a 3DS.
Well, yes,
you don't
but
have
I
a
don't
new
have
3DS.
Yes, I don't have a fancy one.
Yeah. The last game that they announced was Pikmin 3D 3DS. And
Yeah,
that's
working
cool.
title.
Working title. It looks good.
Yeah, it's a side-scrolling Pikmin instead of a third-person.
And I think it works a little better that way.
Yeah, it looks more
Puzzly.
more puzzly and just less like resource managed juggly. Like, I mean, that'll still be part of it because
sure,
that's
it will.
Pikmin.
Yeah.
But it looks like there's less of a focus on that, and I'm not a huge Pikmin fan, but this looks more interesting to me than the standard game.
Oh, I agree. It looks a little bit like Lemmings.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, with the way you throw the Pikmin up there
Yeah.
to build little bridges and stuff like that. Yeah.
I thought it was another Chibi Robo game.
It
at
looked like
first.
it there for a minute. I was like, nobody cares about Chibi Robo.
Don't you say that in front of me.
Okay.
I love that little robot boy.
Okay. Almost nobody cares about Chibi Robo.
You didn't even finish the last Chibi Robo game.
I still love him.
She doesn't want it to end.
Yeah, that's why you only played like 2 worlds.
It's not so good.
There were some other games announced. There was some RPG stuff. There's some Dragon Quest stuff. You can go over to their YouTube page, and they have their Nintendo Direct up there. It's like a half hour long, so
They do a good job of making it
They do a really
entertaining.
good, yeah. The personalities, I love the on-camera personalities of Bill Trinan and Reggie
Fils-Aimé.
Yeah, they do a really good job.
Yeah. They're just goofy as heck.
They're just being
and
goofy. Yeah,
Have a good time.
yeah. They know they're not the coolest guys in the room, so they like
make up for it.
them themselves and Nintendo. They know that they're not the coolest guys in the room, so they're just gonna have fun with it, and that's cool. But yeah, we have a little bit of extra news. We only have a couple minutes
Non-video
left.
game
Yeah,
news.
yeah.
Well, actually, we got one more video game.
yeah. Let's
news.
talk about that real quick.
There's They announced a new Metal Gear game.
Without Kojima.
Yeah, since he's not involved with Konami
We
at
knew
all
that was
anymore.
gonna happen, so-
Yeah.
And
It's Metal Gear Survive, and it's a co-op survival zombie game.
Doesn't sound like Metal Gear.
No,
Nope.
It doesn't look like Metal Gear either.
No, it looks like garbage.
Yeah.
So, well,
Like,
surprise.
chalk this up to the first Metal Gear game I am in no way interested in whatsoever.
And you're not the only one.
Like, seriously, it's like the story is you get sucked through a portal into a zombie hellscape.
You get sucked through a portal into a Steam early access survival game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna bomb. Nobody wants a Metal Gear game that Kojima's not involved in
Yeah.
by a company who tried to sell out all of their properties into pachinko machines.
Yeah, well,
And then the pachinko market crashed, and they're like, "Hey, will you take us back?" And it's like,
Yeah.
"No."
well, you know what? This is just a holdover until they can get everybody back down to the pachinko mines. So,
Yeah, mining
yeah.
those little silver balls.
Yep. Yeah, we have a couple other things real quick. Bill Nye is going to be getting a Netflix series. I don't know anything else about it
It
other than
is a talk show.
talk show, and I'm assuming it's going to be about science.
Yes.
Cool.
He said it's going to be kind of to fight back against the anti-science rhetoric that's been going on lately.
Good.
That's basically what the show is about.
Good. I'm glad, and I'm glad he is hosting it and not the other big science.
Oh, Neil
Named
deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse
Neil.
Tyson, because I like Neil when he's scripted and in small doses, but the ego on the man gets a little tiring sometimes.
I was just talking to my dad about just the other day about this, about how he can't let anybody have fun anymore. Like,
Yeah, he has to be. Neil deGrasse Tyson's always been the smartest guy in the room, whichever room he walks into.
because he usually
He
literally is.
but it seems that he is more prone to let everybody know that he is the smartest man in the room de facto, and it gets a little tiring sometimes. But Bill Nye, he's funny. He's
Yeah,
funny.
he's
He's
funny.
really smart. And
He's-
he's a good showman. I think.
he's-
and scienceman.
And scienceman.
At
Yeah.
his core, he's always been a teacher.
Yes.
He always wants, even if you don't necessarily take away from it, he wants to teach you something.
Yeah.
Whether you take it with you or not
Yeah.
is he doesn't care. But it's the fact that when he knows he can try to show you something, he will. Like, I've seen videos where like people like found his house and he's like, "Hey, let me show you some of these things I've got, like science things he's built in his backyard
Oh yeah.
that measure like weather and things like that." He does lectures at colleges.
The best explanation of plate tectonics I ever got was Bill Nye the Science Guy in a pool pushing foam continents around. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I legitimately enjoy every video I've ever seen him put out,
yeah.
especially like his later stuff now, where he's a little more serious and it's good stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it
going to
ma-
be a good show.
It makes me
It is.
really miss the Bill Nye the Science Guy stuff.
It'll be Star Talk, but you'll want to watch it.
Exactly. That's
Yes.
exactly it. I'm just waiting for the Beekman's World revival on like CISO.
Beekman's on Netflix, I think.
Oh, he is.
I think so.
Oh wow, awesome! I had no idea. I'll have to look that up because I always like Beekman. That
yeah,
giant-
Beekman is a good
a
show.
giant rat
Big
guy.
rat guy.
Yeah. All right, so a couple quick hits. Warner Brothers wants to make another Harry Potter movie based on The Cursed Child with Daniel Radcliffe as reprising his role. What do we think?
Wait, just hold on.
Yeah, well, they got to strike while the iron's hot on this one.
It's Harry Potter. Harry Potter is timeless. Like, people are always going to be excited for
Warner
anything
Brothers
Harry
doesn't
Potter.
know that. Warner Brothers, they're just like, well, can this make us money now? Well, then let's do this now.
Which I guess they're probably... Well, they're not hurting for money.
They're
'cause
not.
Suicide Squad made just a buttload, even though it was
That first weekend.
a buttload.
Well, that seems to be Warner Brothers' MO. Just put out a bunch of really bad movies that everyone's going to go see in the opening weekend, make your money back, and then
Move on.
yeah,
do it again. Wash, rinse, repeat.
until it doesn't work anymore
Yeah.
because people know they're going to be bad to begin with.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think they should wait on this, but they're not
The thing
going
is,
to. And
the book's not even that good.
I mean, I think absolutely do it. I mean, it's meant to be a play, so it
Sure.
should make a decent movie.
it would probably make a better movie
Than it did a book.
Than a book. Sure.
Yeah.
I haven't read the book, but
They
I'm
should
assuming.
tour the play first.
I agree. There is talk of another Marvel series heading to Hulu. They already have picked up The Runaways, which is a kind of a lighter, like teen
It had a really good
superhero team kind of thing.
Noel Stevenson run recently.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't
Kind
they-
of got lost in the
Didn't they have,
a
like,
little bit.
Yeah.
battle world shuffle.
Yeah. Ugh.
Well, anyway, the Runaways, it's a lighter. It wouldn't fit with the Netflix series. It wouldn't work on television. Well, Hulu's looking at picking up another Marvel series based on the superhero team, the New Warriors, which was always a lighter kind of team, and it's going to be led by Squirrel Girl, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Get
I'm in.
a motion version of Squirrel Girl who's not a comic book or is not a video game character.
oh yeah, like real life. Yeah, that would be very cool. I'm in for it.
It'll
Why
be
not?
weird.
What the heck?
Yeah.
It'll be
We're,
weird,
we're
but it'll
all
be great.
fans of Squirrel Girl here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're nuts for her.
Ha. All right, and the last one we have here, Stranger Things got picked up for a second season.
Duh.
Yeah, it's not a surprise, but I'm glad it happened.
Yeah, I don't want to know anything about it. I just want it to be a surprise, like season one was.
Have you watched all of season 1
Not
yet?
much of it, but
Oh.
I'm going to.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
it.
I need to.
Hey, you know what comes out at the end of this month?
What's that?
Luke Cage.
Hey,
Oh, yeah, it
that's
does.
right. That is coming at the end of the month, isn't it?
Yes, it
I got to
is.
get caught up on all the Marvel stuff because I'm way behind. Shoot.
I saw it. What was it? The Goodwill in Delaware. They had a stack of Luke Cage or Power Man and Iron Fist comics.
Really? New ones or old ones?
Old ones.
Really?
Yeah. $5.
Bye, Sam.
I hope that was good Foley work.
Good gag. 10 out of 10.
Like, it was a familiar looking cover too, like I'd seen it before. So maybe it might have been something rare. I don't know.
Cool. I'll have to. I'll
It was
have to
like
run down there.
$5.
Which one? We'll talk about it off air. We'll talk about it there. Anyway.
He doesn't want you to know.
yeah, that's it. It's all my comics. All right, no. So yeah, I think we're pretty much done here. So let's wrap it up. We've been listening to Nerd Overload. Thank you very much for tuning in. You can find us each and every day over at nerdoverload.com.
You can also find us at Facebook at facebook.com/Nerd Overload website.
It's been getting a lot of views lately.
It has quite a few.
Like it while you're there
Yeah,
viewing it.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, give us that thumbs up. Follow us.
You can email us at staff@nerdoverload.com.
Your questions, comments,
Whatever.
Yeah, yell at us.
What
whatever.
shirt should we wear?
Yeah. You can tweet at us at nerd_overload, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Nerd Overload TV, which, someday we'll have more than 2 videos on it.
We're working on it. We'll get it going. Yeah, we're also on iTunes and Stitcher, and that's about it. So hey, thank you all for tuning in, and until next week.
Pizza out.
This show was sponsored in part by Warp Zone Video Games and Beyond.